All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for being here, and glad to have you on this Friday afternoon. We're coming from our manufacturing facility in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My name is Jeff Baldwin. I'm the regional sales manager covering the central U.S. We wanted to go over our second installment today, but wanted to tell you, in case you weren't on the first one, a little bit about Vacuworx. In 1999, we started off to provide a safer and more efficient way of handling pipe and other materials. Over the years, it's evolved, and we've tried to take on other industries utilizing the same technology. So we've been involved in utilities, construction, bridge, road, road plate, and a variety of different applications. Through some customer inquiries, they came up with some applications and said, can you use the same technology you have and help me out on my situation here? So in 2016, we developed our compact line, and two of those we have here today. We have our SL2 and CM3, but we still have the same Vacuworx advantage, our commitment to safety, our increase in productivity, and several bottom line benefits. And we're going to go over some of those today, and we're going to do a live demonstration at the tail end of it. So some of the benefits that we see out in the field is, again, always the commitment to safety. That's our number one priority from top down, and it has been that way for 21 years. These two products here, they help less downtime, less noise, vibration. We are silica compliant with a wet cut and clean lift, and no damage to the material. And also you can carry this out with less personnel. If you guys have been out there in the field lifting concrete slabs, you know it takes a couple people, an operator or several pieces of equipment. You have to drill and put anchors and pull up. And here, in the demonstration we're going to do today, our operator, Brandon, will never have to get out of the cab, and we're able to lift 1,500-pound slab. When we're sitting here talking today, I hope you guys are able to think of some of the daily struggles you have with getting some of your jobs done, whether it is being silica compliant with vacuum systems, personal protection for your employees and keeping them safe, whether it's damaged forks of popping things out, whether it's not enough people to do the job. Can you do something with less personnel involved? Think about some of the hurdles you have. Think about employees' backs and injuries that are incurred on the job, getting their hands down and involved in heavy concrete or road plate. Just think about some of these things as we go and see if there's something that can work for you here. So, go ahead. The first unit here is our SL2. So this unit comes in weighing 125 pounds. It's aluminum construction and has the capability of lifting 4,400 pounds. Then we have our CM3, a little more rugged steel construction. It weighs about the same as a bucket, so it's not very taxing on your capacity on the front end. Steel construction, this is a dual pad configuration, and it can lift 6,600 pounds. In addition to the pads we have here, and these are 24 by 24 and then two 24 by 24. Standard pad sizes, also we have a 12 by 36 and an 8 by 32. So we can have multiple applications. If you're doing trench work where the 24 by 24 won't fit, you can slip on the 8 by 32 and be able to lift that without any problem. There's a couple different things I want to show you. There's four basic components to any of our lifters. We have a vacuum pump, we have a reservoir, a pad, and then we have alert system. So one second there. On the SL2 here, this is what is facing Brandon, our operator. This is pretty basic. Red no go, yellow, you're getting there, green, you're safe to lift. And we'll have alerts if it goes, if you're starting to lose, and it'll notify Brandon that the vacuum is losing some pressure, and he can safely set it down. So pretty basic on that. As far as how we create the vacuum, we have two different options there. The one Brandon has is remote operated. So we have a remote right here. It's a 1-button lift, and then the 2 yellow buttons for safety have to be pressed simultaneously for a few seconds to be able to release the lift. The other is a manual version, so we just run a hose back to the operator, and it's open and close, so it'll hold the vacuum and then release with a simple movement. In addition to the remote safety, right here on the SL2, we have a reservoir. So if you get into a situation, you run out of gas, something happens with the host machine, it's going to hold that lift and allow you to set down just based on the reservoir alone. So the redundant safety is another part of our whole program of protecting employees and people and keeping people out of harm's way. So again, as we're looking at these two units, again, want you to try to think about where it could come into play in what you do. Interior, concrete renovations, exterior jobs, parking lots, pulling saw cut and concrete companies, pulling road plate, a variety of different applications. And we even go up, same technology, up to road and bridge work and bridge deck, patchwork, things like that. And really useful in a variety of different applications with a variety of host equipment. The unit we have here today is the skid steer attach plate, and we also have a mini skid steer attach plate. And if you have any questions about your equipment, please reach out to local representative. We have representatives all throughout the U.S., South America, Canada, Asia, Europe. We have warehouses there, and then we have Vacuworx Australia too. So we have a global reach of contact points and representatives. So wherever we can help you out, please reach out to us. Okay. We're going so yeah. Okay. Okay. So all kinds of equipment, all kinds of applications. If you guys are ever involved in quarries, we don't have it here today, but we've recently developed a vertical lifter to handle some of the large stone and take it off a vertical cut and move it safely to a pallet. And again, if you have inquiries, check out our website, www.vacuworx.com, or reach out to any of the representatives listed on the video today. Okay. In addition to the quarry work, we do limestone, granite, pavers, even, I mean, we'd have to talk about it, but we can also do a variety of different boulders. And with our pad seal, we're able to overcome about 3/8 inch of variance on the surface. So any of your thoughts about rough cut concrete or a slightly uneven surface, we can accomplish that. And one of the fail safes with vacuum, you either have vacuum or you don't. So there's no uncertainty whether you can have a lift. You'll get in that green zone and be able to lift. And once it's there, you're good to go. Okay. Do we have any questions or anything coming in? Huh? Okay. We're for a temporary part, we're going to go ahead and fire up the skid steer. And right now we have a 5x5 slab of concrete weighing in just over 1,500 pounds. I feel like I'm forgetting. Okay. Can you turn it off? Yeah. No, lift it, and then shut the engine off. So, one thing I wanted to highlight to you here, Brandon's about to lift this up, and we're going to simulate running out of gas and show you how that reservoir kicks in to hold the seal. So, simulated running out of gas. Machine's off, we're still holding, and on the gauge that faces the operator, you'll slowly see over a period of time, it inches towards that yellow zone. But that'll be, in this case, it'll probably be several minutes. So if there were something, he'd be able to either set it down, or if he wasn't able to turn on, operate the equipment, he'd be able to get anybody out of the way. So again, our reservoir and redundant safety is able to maintain this lift. And 1,500 pounds, and what separates the unit from the pad is our pad seal. This is our patented tough seal, and we do about as much research and development on this pad seal as we do on all of our equipment. It has to be durable, UV resistant, pliable enough to get the seal, and also last. We can get about somewhere in the 2,000 lift range, depending on the surface. And the other neat thing is half of it goes up into the channel, and so you can flip it and reuse the other side. So we want to be versatile, useful, durable, and make sure we get the job done, again, safely for you. So, I'm sorry? Okay. So the question that came to us is, will it work on any model of skid steer? The quick answer is yes. The couple things we have to think about is, does it have a K-strain? In this model that we have here, it's got a 3-port connection, and the K-strain is important for this process. If you do not have a K-strain, we do have another model with an accumulator that kind of bypasses that process. And again, this is somewhere where you want to reach out to your representative, let them know what kind of equipment you have, and we'll get the right unit in for you.
Okay, our next question is, do I have to dedicate a machine to use this, or can I disconnect for other things?
So the question was, do I have to dedicate a machine to this, or can I use it, what was it? Or can I disconnect and use? And absolutely, you do not have to dedicate. The same way you wouldn't have to dedicate a bucket. It's a, by the way, we're still holding here, which is pretty positive with no power to the unit. I don't know if everybody can see here, but we have the 3-port quick disconnect, which is very simple. And then it's just like any other mounting plate. And so it would take Brandon all of 10 or 15 seconds, and you could get bucket, forks, whatever. If you do have forks, we also have, from last week, a battery operated unit with fork pocket attachments that you could keep the forks on and utilize that lifting system. So again, very versatile in a variety of different ways, and a quick and painless process to get in and out of your equipment. Huh? No more questions? Okay. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and fire that back up. But what were we on there? 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes? 4 minutes? With no power and still holding a 1,500-pound slab. Huh? Okay, we have another question. For concrete? Okay, so hold on. So the question was, what's the smallest pad for flat concrete? Okay, so we have an 8.5 by 12, which is more closely aligned with our battery operated units. For what we have here today, the SL2 and the CM3, we have a 8 by 32 and a 12 by 36. One of the great things about working for this company, on and above their commitment to safety, is we design, fabricate, engineer everything in-house. So we'd like to stick to the options that we have, but if there's a unique application and something that we can work, we have the ability to get that done. And again, if you can reach out to your representative and tell them the application that you have, we're determined to find a solution that works for you. Malcolm Tracy says hi. Malcolm, can you believe it's been 22 years, 21 years since we worked together? I hope everything's well, buddy. The other thing, I guess we can go back to the CM3 real quick. And again, if you guys have access to reach out to us or look on our website, we'll have some videos. The CM3 been very useful in the road plate and even the mat decking. So with the ability here to extend the pads, if you have a 5x10 road plate weighing in somewhere 1,000, 1,200 pounds, you can help stabilize it by spreading the arms out. And if you guys have ever been involved with moving road plate or the large steel plate, putting them on forks, running the chain, having 2 tag lines, so you're looking at maybe 3 people, and again, in a bumpy surface or a real world environment, dangerous things can happen and injuries can happen. And the ability to do this all from the cab without getting out and have a secure lift. And if you want to see any of this stuff, please check out some of our social media channels where we publish a lot of actual job sites, actual projects being done and utilizing our product. And again, see how it can work for you and see the safety factor that's involved when there's somebody like Brandon never getting out of the cab. Okay, a couple more questions here, guys.
Somebody wants to know, what is the lifter capacity being shown? And does the person for the 2 parts of it just want to know what
4,400 pounds on the SL2, and on the CM3, 6,600 pounds.
And then somebody else said, what's the largest pad for flat concrete available without special fabrication?
What's the what?
What's the largest pad for flat without special fabrication that we're currently producing?
30 by 30, 36-inch pad, flat pad. And again, we have, this is primarily for this unit, but even on some of our independently powered units, our RC series, we have flat pads of production flat pads of all different sizes, 36 by 48, and all the way on up to a custom one. And again, if you can check it out, we down in South Texas, we did a 66,000 pound slab lift with a crane and a pad that we designed ourselves. So not avoiding the question, but we have a lot of production sizes and can accommodate just about any lift that you need. Any more questions? Any more comments? Any people I worked with 22 years ago want to say hi? Come up with a question? Okay. Well, we'll give it just another minute or two to see if anything comes through. In this time where it's hard for us to get out and see you, we want to continue to invite you into our environment and showcase some of the things that we do. And we're always gearing our stuff to seeing how we can help you, how we can partner with you on a project, and be mindful of the goal that we're trying to provide as safe as a process as we can for you, and help you with, again, some of the bottom line benefits we talked about: increased production, efficiency, and we really want to be with you on the project and work with you through our representatives to really help out throughout the way. Sarah did? Oh boy. Yeah, it's a 30-year one.
We have a question, is inventory available now?
Yes. Great question, whoever that came from. Is inventory available now? During this troubling time, we have chose to be prepared for this next wave when everything starts to reopen And a lot of places are currently working, but we've been building up our inventory, and we have several units available in just about all different configurations, whether it's the manual, remote option, the accumulator version. We're ready for you. We have a wonderful rental department that has rental units available, and we also have a unprecedented parts program. So over 99.5% part fulfillment and availability, because we know when you guys are out on the job, there's absolutely no way we can let you be down without having this stuff available. So we kind of learned that in the pipeline world. They not only did our product have to be right, but it has to be right now. And we've, as we've transitioned with this compact line, we've taken the same mentality and supporting our product fully, not only on the parts side, but also on the service side. We have 3 guys that are 24/7, 363-ish. And at a moment's notice, they'll get on the road and get out and get any of the lifters running and address any issues. So from parts, service, manufacturing, we're here for you, and looking forward to hearing from you.
So this is pretty funny, and I feel like it must be a family member, but John Baldwin said, "Oh, Jeff, you look like someone I met 49 years ago."
That would be my older brother. Yeah.
Perfect. We have a question. Do you offer payment plans?
Payment plans. And again, so the question was, do we offer payment plans? Kind of our mentality from everything that we do here is we want to be a partner and work with you. So some standard things we do have, again, sales, rental options. We offer obviously a setup payment program. We offer lease to purchase options. And if there's a situation that's unique to you, reach out to us and see how we can work with you to get it done.
Our next question is, what would you say is the most popular lifter or purchase or renting?
So the question was, what do you think is the most popular pad unit combination that we have? And we're kind of looking at it right here. This is our SL2. And when people get this, so they are able to do multiple lifts, it's usually done in combination with the 24x24 pad, so they can get into larger cuts. And then also one of the pads used for some of the trench work. So they can get involved in, again, from a 12 by 3 foot section all the way on up to 5-6 feet by 6 feet and 4,000 pounds. So the versatility of those 2 pads and the ability to make big cuts or small cuts is probably our most popular and most widely used unit.
The next question is there a minimum/maximum time requirement for renting for a job? Like, so do we have a minimum?
Is there a minimum or maximum on the rental? Most of anything that comes out of here would, we don't do daily rates here, but we do have dealer networks throughout the country where I know there are several that day rent, but with us, it's weekly and monthly rentals on up to extended rentals. Yeah. And if I get in trouble from my rental manager, Matt Huggard, I'm sorry, Matt, but if you guys have questions on rental or are interested in going down that avenue, please reach out to Matt Huggard, and absolute best at getting it done. Is there more questions?
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to pop one of these open? No? I guess I can show you. This one And again, maybe I need to work out a little bit, but this is the unit. It's about 40 pounds. I made it look tougher than that, but this is when we're talking about host equipment, we have, this is for the mini skid steers, ditch witch, dingoes, and any of the walk behinds that we can attach to there. And if you get into a mini excavator, something like that, we can just utilize picking eye and clevis and drop down for that. And again, if you want to see real world views of that, you can see it on, again, many of our platforms, or reach out to your local representative.
Okay, so the next question is...
We have another question?
Yes. Do you have technicians that can visit job sites for repair machines, or do you send repair instructions with the machine? How does that process work?
What a brilliant question. Okay, so the question was, do we send technicians out? Do we send repair instructions out? And how are we able to service? So there again is a variety of ways we've addressed this. So we have technicians that are always available. And before we send them out, though, we'd like to engage with the customer, find out what the problem is, what problem they're having, and we may be able to diagnose it over the phone. In addition to that, and we're almost there, but we're also working and developing a virtual training series, so that will troubleshoot a lot of different things on the equipment, and we'll be able to respond to that quicker and more effectively that way. Also on some of the new integration on our big units, and we're not talking about that today, but to let you know that it's out there, because this kind of addresses that question. But we have a CAN bus system integrated into our big RC units, and we will be able to learn a lot about the equipment and maybe where some issues are remotely in that. And if we can address it remotely, we will. But if we need to get out there, we are 100% committed to that. What? Nothing yet. Did it add 10 pounds? Yeah, we'll maybe stay on for just another minute or so. And again, if you have can think of some questions or some things that you are involved with daily, can we lift it? Feel free to ask right now, or again, reach out to someone. When we started this job, and the evolution has been customer driven. So, for example, this unit right here in its infancy was a unibody design. So if you ordered the SL2, it came with a welded 24 by 24 pad. So that was the only option you had. We have a customer that's really changed the way they do business, and a really big supporter of ours. And he called to us one day and said, I love everything about this, but if I'm doing trench work, I can't use it. So from that conversation to our modular design was less than 6 months. So we evolved based on customer needs. And the part I was getting at when I was, as I've been here, and we go and we, on a weekly, if not monthly basis, we're continuing to find out new applications, new things that we can do that we never thought was an issue for somebody, or we didn't even know it existed. So we're always listening to the customer. And if it's something that we can change and do something to make your process better or suit your process, we have the ability to do that, and we really do listen to you. And since I brought up the configuration there, when we talked about the versatility of pads, it is just a 2-pin system that connects the pad. So a couple 2-minute process, and you can get it switched out. But as I was saying, and as you're out there, maybe it's something we don't currently showcase. Maybe it's something we haven't defined as an application. But if it's something that requires lifting and something that gives you trouble on the job or is unsafe, reach out to us. Let us know if we can help. And we'd love to have that conversation with you to see if we can develop something with you. Oh, we got a question.
Yes. If I were to purchase a machine for a job and then continue to use it on other jobs, is there some kind of warranty that comes with it regarding to servicing the machine?
Yeah, we have a 1-year warranty, and our history shows we support our product 100%. So that comes with it. But again, if you have an issue with us, reach out to us, have the conversation. There's very few wearable items, but the things you do want to look at, we have a couple filters that need to be changed out, and then also the pad seal, which I showed you. And this starts off with the pad seal. It starts off as a visual cue, and it would start to get worn. And eventually, if it's not addressed, you will get into that range where you'll never pull full vacuum, where it won't get into the green, so you're not safe to lift. But those are a couple of things you'd have to look at from a consumable standpoint. But outside of that, we stand behind all our product.
Do you train customers who have purchased machines to service their own machines to any degree?
Do what? Can you say that again?
Do you train customers who have purchased machines to service their own machine?
Do we train customers to service their own machine? So we absolutely do, in a sense. We're always here for that support, but also through our dealer network, they go through extensive training and learn about our product and able to work on the stuff themselves. And again, this goes to our commitment to the customer. If we can help you be more in tune with it, help you understand it more, we're willing to do that. So short answer is yes. And probably thanks, Paula. No. That was what? Oh, thank you, Grayson. So I don't know if there's anything else to do today. We're, if I could leave you with a couple things, think about some of the applications, think about things that are troublesome on the job, unsafe potentially on the job. And hopefully you'll think of us as being faster, safer, and smarter in any of your lifting needs. We look forward to everybody staying safe and healthy. We look forward to everybody getting back to work, and we're certainly ready to work and here for you. Oh, we have one more question. 2 more closing questions.
Okay, so how often should I test the vacuum to make sure it's safe?
How often should you?
Should I test the vacuum to make sure it's safe? Must be with the pad, maybe, because that's
Okay, well, just like with any job site, prior to attempting a lift, you'd want to make sure you're functioning properly. And that, so you would do a check of the pad seal and fire the unit up and try to create a vacuum before you got into the work environment. So I would make that part of your routine.
can the concrete have grooves?
So the question is, can the concrete have grooves? And yes, with an asterisk. And what I mean by that is, again, the pad seal and the vacuum will tell you the story. If the pad seal is able to overcome the grooves, you'll get full vacuum and you'll be able to lift. And one of the examples is airport. We've done several airport projects and runways, and those are grooved for water runoff. And the last project we did was inch spacing, 1/4 inch cuts, and we were able to secure that. But we would certainly want to talk with you about what the grooves were like and either have some pictures or be able to come out on site and see it. Again, we're not just going to tell you yes always and sell you something. We want to be in there with you and work towards a solution.
There's a second part to that that says, what is the maximum? I'm not sure if that means, like, what is the maximum?
Okay. The maximum of what we can overcome. Again, we're looking at about 3/8 inch if we had to have a standardized option. If there is something unique that you're constantly encountering, again, bring it up to us. And there's some things that we can do to create maybe overcome a little bit more. So we can have that discussion. If the question was, what is the maximum lift? For our full product range, we go from 632 pounds all the way. We have done a 93,000 pound lift before, and we have several projects right now that are consistently in the 60 to 65,000 pound range. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. And again, please reach out to us. We hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe and healthy, and we will see you on our next installment with the RC series. Thank you.